Welcome to our deep dive into the fascinating and far-reaching history of the Roman Empire, a monumental saga that stretches across more than 1,000 years and has profoundly influenced the world we live in today. From its modest origins as a republic in 509 BC, where authority was shared between the Senate and the people, to its evolution into one of the most formidable empires the world has ever seen. The story of Rome is a breathtaking journey marked by ambition, innovation, conquest, and legacy. In this video, we'll explore the rise of Rome, highlighting key events and figures that defined its expansion across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. We'll also examine the complexities of its governance, the cultural achievements that flourished during the Pax Romana, and the eventual decline that led to the fall of the Western Roman Empire in 476 AD. But this isn't just a dry recounting of dates and events. We'll take a cinematic approach, bringing the grandeur of ancient Rome to life through stunning visuals and engaging storytelling. Understanding the narrative of the Roman Empire is crucial, as it provides insights into modern governance, culture, and society. So, buckle up as we embark on this historical journey, unraveling the legacy of one of history's greatest civilizations. The founding of Rome. The origins of Rome are steeped in legend, most famously encapsulated in the myth of Romulus and Remus. According to the tale, these twin brothers were said to be the sons of the god Mars, and were raised by a she-wolf after being abandoned at birth. Their story culminates in a dramatic conflict, where Romulus ultimately becomes the founder of Rome, establishing the city in 753 BC. This myth not only highlights the divine favor believed to be bestowed upon Rome, but also sets the stage for its future greatness. As Rome grew, it transitioned from a monarchy to a republic around 509 BC, marking a significant shift in governance. The Roman Forum, the heart of political life, emerged as a symbol of this new republican era, where citizens gathered to discuss matters of state and justice. Key figures like Lucius Junius Brutus played pivotal roles during this transformative period. Brutus is celebrated for leading the revolt against the last king, Tarquin the Proud, and for laying the groundwork for the republican ideals that would shape Rome's political landscape. This early phase of Roman history is crucial, as it established the principles of citizenship and governance that would influence future civilizations. Join us as we delve deeper into these legendary beginnings and their lasting impact on history. The Roman Republic. The Roman Republic, established in 509 BC, was a complex political system that laid the foundation for modern governance. At its core was the Senate, a powerful body composed mainly of patricians, the aristocratic class. The Senate played a crucial role in shaping policy and advising elected officials. Two consuls, elected annually, served as the chief executives, commanding the army and presiding over the Senate. This dual leadership was designed to prevent any single individual from gaining too much power, embodying the republican principle of shared authority. However, the republic was not without its social tensions. The patricians, who held most of the political power, often clashed with the plebeians, the common citizens. This conflict led to significant social reforms, including the establishment of the tribune of the plebs, an office that allowed plebeians to voice their concerns and protect their rights. The Republic also faced external challenges, most notably the Punic Wars against Carthage. These conflicts, spanning from 264 to 146 BC, were pivotal in expanding Rome's territory and influence. The victories in these wars not only solidified Rome's dominance in the Mediterranean, but also contributed to the wealth and power that would eventually lead to the Republic's transformation into an empire. Join us as we explore these intricate dynamics that defined the Roman Republic. The rise of Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar's ascent to power marked a turning point in the history of the Roman Republic. His military conquests, particularly in Gaul, showcased his exceptional leadership and strategic prowess, earning him immense popularity among the Roman populace and soldiers alike. These victories not only expanded Rome's territory, but also significantly increased his wealth and influence. Politically, Caesar was a master manipulator, forming the first triumvirate with Pompey and Crassus to consolidate power. However, as tensions grew within this alliance, Caesar's ambition became increasingly apparent. In 49 BC, Caesar famously crossed the Rubicon River, defying the Senate's orders and igniting a civil war. His victory over Pompey solidified his control, leading to his appointment as dictator for life in 44 BC. This unprecedented concentration of power alarmed many senators, who feared the end of the Republic. The consequences of his dictatorship were profound, as Caesar implemented significant reforms, including the reorganization of the calendar and land redistribution, which endeared him to the masses but alienated the elite. The Ides of March in 44 BC marked a dramatic climax as a group of senators assassinated Caesar, believing they were saving the Republic. His death triggered a power struggle that ultimately led to the end of the Republic and the rise of the Roman Empire, forever altering the political landscape of Rome. The transition to empire. The assassination of Julius Caesar in 44 BC unleashed a wave of chaos and power struggles within Rome. In the aftermath, his adopted heir, Octavian, later known as Augustus, emerged as a key figure in the struggle for control. Forming the second triumvirate with Mark Antony and Lepidus, Octavian sought to avenge Caesar's death and restore order. However, tensions soon escalated, particularly between Octavian and Antony, culminating in the decisive Battle of Actium in 31 BC. Octavian's victory solidified his power and marked the end of the Republic. In 27 BC, Octavian was granted the title of Augustus, signaling the official transition from a republic to an empire. This new era ushered in the Pax Romana, a remarkable period of relative peace and stability that lasted for over 2 centuries. The Pax Romana allowed for unprecedented economic growth, cultural flourishing, and the expansion of infrastructure, including roads and aqueducts, which connected the vast territories of the empire. As Augustus consolidated power, he cleverly maintained the facade of republican governance while effectively ruling as an emperor. This shift marked the definitive end of the Republic, as the Senate's influence waned and imperial authority took precedence. The transition to empire not only transformed Rome's political landscape, but also set the stage for its enduring legacy in world history. The height of the empire. The Roman Empire reached its zenith during the 1st and 2nd centuries AD, characterized by vast territorial expansion and the integration of diverse cultures. At its peak, the empire stretched from Britain in the west to the Middle East in the east, encompassing a multitude of peoples and traditions. This cultural amalgamation enriched Roman society, fostering a unique blend of customs, languages, and religions that contributed to the empire's vibrancy. During this period, Rome became a hub of architectural and engineering marvels. The construction of monumental structures such as the Colosseum, aqueducts, and the Pantheon showcased the empire's advanced engineering techniques and artistic achievements. These innovations not only served practical purposes, but also symbolize the power and grandeur of Rome. Emperors like Trajan and Hadrian played pivotal roles in promoting prosperity and stability. Trajan's reign marked a time of significant territorial expansion, while Hadrian is renowned for his efforts to consolidate and protect the empire's borders, exemplified by the construction of Hadrian's Wall in Britain. Both emperors championed public works, enhancing infrastructure and cultural institutions, which further enriched Roman life. The height of the Roman Empire was not just a time of military might, but also a flourishing of culture, art, and innovation that left an indelible mark on history. Challenges and decline. The Roman Empire, once a beacon of power and prosperity, faced a myriad of internal and external challenges that ultimately led to its decline. Economic troubles began to surface as inflation soared, trade routes became disrupted, and heavy taxation burdened the populace. Political corruption further exacerbated these issues, with a series of ineffective and often tyrannical emperors undermining public trust and stability. The military, stretched thin by overreach and constant demands for defense, struggled to maintain control over vast territories. Externally, the empire faced relentless pressure from barbarian invasions. Groups such as the Visigoths, Vandals, and Huns exploited Rome's weakened state, launching attacks that culminated in significant territorial losses. The division of the empire into eastern and western halves in 285 AD, while initially intended to improve governance, ultimately weakened the Western Roman Empire, making it more vulnerable to external threats. Key events, such as the sack of Rome by the Visigoths in 410 AD, and the eventual deposition of the last Roman emperor, Romulus Augustus, in 476 AD, marked the gradual decline of Roman power. These challenges, compounded by social unrest and a loss of civic pride, signaled the end of an era, leading to the fragmentation of the once mighty empire and the dawn of the Middle Ages. The fall of the Western Roman Empire. The year 476 AD is often cited as the definitive end of the Western Roman Empire, marked by the deposition of Romulus Augustulus, the last Roman emperor. His removal by the Germanic chieftain Odoacer symbolized not only the collapse of imperial authority, but also the culmination of centuries of decline. This event signified a profound shift in the political landscape of Europe, as the centralized power of Rome gave way to a patchwork of barbarian kingdoms. Despite its fall, the Western Roman Empire left an indelible cultural and political legacy. Roman law, engineering, and architectural innovations continued to influence subsequent civilizations. The Latin language evolved into the Romance languages, and Roman governance principles laid the groundwork for modern political systems. The empire's vast network of roads and trade routes also facilitated cultural exchange, which persisted even after its decline. The fall of the Western Roman Empire marked the transition to the Middle Ages, a period characterized by feudalism and the rise of new powers, including the Byzantine Empire in the east and various Germanic kingdoms in the west. This era saw the fragmentation of the once unified Roman world, leading to the emergence of new cultural identities and political structures that would shape the future of Europe. The legacy of Rome, however, continued to resonate, influencing the development of Western civilization for centuries to come. Conclusion. In this video, we've journeyed through the remarkable history of the Roman Empire, from its legendary founding to its eventual fall. We explored the rise of Rome, beginning with its roots as a republic and the significant political and social dynamics that shaped its early years. The ascent of powerful figures like Julius Caesar and the transition to imperial rule under Augustus marked pivotal moments that defined the empire's expansion and cultural achievements. We also examined the challenges that contributed to the decline of the Western Roman Empire, including economic troubles, political corruption, and external pressures from barbarian invasions. The deposition of Romulus Augustulus in 476 AD served as a critical turning point, signaling the end of an era and the beginning of the Middle Ages. As we reflect on this historical narrative, it's essential to consider the lessons learned about governance, cultural integration, and the complexities of power. The legacy of the Roman Empire continues to influence our world today, reminding us of the cyclical nature of history. If you enjoyed this exploration of the Roman Empire, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with others who might find it interesting. Don't forget to check out our related content for more insights into history and its lasting impact on our lives. Thank you for watching.